Hi everyone, welcome to Lily Best Divinity Live. How's everybody doing? Thank you all for the love and support. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the bookings and readings. And thank you for all of you who have been commenting below. I so appreciate you guys. And for those of you who have been subscribing, thank you so much. And if you're new, welcome. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And for those of you who would like a private reading, I do private readings. Go onto my Instagram, same name, go on the highlights, and all my information is there, or you can see in the description below other ways of getting in contact with me. And I also do readings in Spanish. I tend to forget to say that. Yo hablo español, okay? All right now, so get it, Lily. So and I also have manifestation packages that I do if you want to create, the life of your dream. And that's what this video is about. This is going to be your manifestation tips and tricks. And I wanted to do this video for some time about how to manifest the job of your dreams. Okay, I've done this. So that's why I wanted to give people tips and tricks and show them how I did it, because everybody manifests in a different way. We all can manifest because we're manifesting all day long. Okay, so don't be thinking, oh, I can't, there's no way. Yes, you can. Okay, so the first thing I would start off, and what I started off doing, was I wanted certain things, for this job that I wanted, this job that didn't even exist. Okay, it didn't exist, but I wanted it. I said, no, you're gonna exist, and they're gonna hire me for it, and I'm gonna get paid when I want to get paid. Okay. So I actually got paid a little bit more than what I wanted it. So it works, people. So the first thing I did was write down on a piece of paper. I wrote down everything that I wanted, but I wrote it in the present tense, and I wrote it saying, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful that I'm in this position? I even made up a name for the position, okay? Because I was working remote and I wanted to stay remote, and I had to go back to what I was doing because I was a medical assistant, and I already knew. I said to myself, I'm not going back, and even if I go back, it's not going to be for very long because I work remote. And I was doing scheduling, and I wanted to continue doing scheduling with the same people. And I would just say, I am the scheduler, the coordinator, the behavioral coordinator, the scheduling behavior coordinator. I would say that I was. I made up this name of what my position. And I said, it's my position, and they're going to give me this position, and I'm going to get paid a certain amount. And I would say this every day. So I started out by writing, oh, isn't it wonderful that so-and-so offered me the position today? And I would write this every day. And if I didn't write it every day, I would write it, and I would read it every day. I definitely would read this every day. And I would look at myself in the mirror and say to myself, oh, isn't it wonderful how you're, the behavioral health coordinator, scheduling coordinator? That's what it was. Isn't it wonderful, Lily? Isn't it wonderful how now you stay remotely, you're remote permanently? It got to the point that I was going to lose my job, and I didn't care what the fucking 3D was fucking saying to me, okay? It got to the point that if I didn't get something remote within my job, I was going to lose my job because they couldn't keep me, because of stuff with COVID. Let's just say that. So I don't want to go too deep into this. But I had a certain time that I had to get something, I had to get something either, remotely through my job, or I was going to have to leave. And I didn't care. I just kept on every day looking at myself in the mirror, telling myself the same thing over and over. No, you're the behavioral health scheduling coordinator, Lily. That's what the hell you are. I ended up, they had something that was a call center, which was remote. And I didn't want to do that. I knew I would hate this job, okay? But I knew I needed a little bit more time because I wasn't believing. I feel like I tell you people, That's why I say write it down and make sure that this is what you want, because I was flip-flopping a lot. I would change certain things, you know. I would, and it's okay to change things, but I was putting doubt in it. You know, it's okay, like if you say, oh no, you know what, I want this much instead of this much. That's fine, you can do that. And I just was flip-flopping way too much. Ended up taking this other position because it was remote, but I kept on. And I said, no, get it together. Stop flip-flopping. This is what you want. It's not too late. Because some people may say, well, it's too late. You have to stay in this place. And, you know, some were telling me you should just stay in this position and write it out till you can, you know, till you find something else. And I said, no, I want to stay here. I don't want to start it all over again. I know everyone in, you know, in this job. I've been here for, you know, 9 years. So why can't I have what I want? And I'm going to get it. And I just kept saying, you know, they're going to call me. They're going to tell me. Long story short, the position I took, once you take a position, you have to stay in that position for a year before you can transfer for another one. Well, I wrote a whole letter to the CEO. Yes, people. You know, letting them know that I felt like I was being rushed and that I had no other choice but to take this position, and I wasn't happy with it. But another position ended up coming up that I knew I was right for, and I applied anyway. People were telling me, no, you're going to have to wait a year. They're not going to give that to you. You're going to probably have to be stuck in what you're doing, try to hang on. No, I said, no, this is my reality. You guys can't tell me. You guys are going to tell me what I want you to tell me, okay? Which is that you're going to give me that other position. So I ended up writing a whole letter. I even get a resignation, okay? And in the resignation explaining why I was giving the resignation, because I didn't want that position. But I knew that it didn't matter as long as I stayed faithful and persist and know, like I know that that other position I had just applied for, which was a care coordinator, doing scheduling, what I wanted to do, getting paid what I had wrote down I was going to get paid, okay? I knew that I could get it. And sure enough, once I sent in the resignation, I explained to them everything, you know, why I was not that I wanted to leave, but I felt that I had to. I interviewed with 7 people, okay, got the position, and the recruiter ended up saying, no, I'm going to ask them for $1 extra money, $1 more. She said, how do you feel about that? And I said, oh yeah, go ahead, Linda. You do what you got to do. She ended up asking for more. They gave it to me. And now I am the care coordinator, and I do scheduling for pediatric. And that's what I used to work in as a medical assistant with pediatric. And the person that was training me was the care coordinator from behavioral health. Can you believe it? When this girl told me, oh yeah, I'm the care coordinator for behavioral health, I said, what? And she said, yeah, I make, you know, appointments and set things up and everything. And I was like, wow. And then I thought to myself, wow, that's like what I wanted to do. But when I realized what she was doing, I thought, yeah, it's not, that would have not been for me. So as long as you're faithful to what you want, you will get it. As long as you see beyond what they're showing you, the 3D is showing you, those are past manifestations. That was me flip-flopping. That's why I got to the point that I almost lost my job, because I was going back and forth. Oh yeah, maybe I will stay there. Oh yeah, maybe I'll manifest something outside of it. And I said, no, why do I have to go through all of that? You know, why can't I have what I want? And I wrote it down, and every morning I would read it. I am care coordinator. I am. And use I am, people. Use it in the present tense. And tell yourself, during the day when I would go to the bathroom and I was washing my hands, I would look at myself in the mirror and go, isn't it wonderful, Lily, how they called you and they want you to stay and they're giving you this position? And even when I went through all the interviews, I kept saying these things because I was like, I'm not going to stop until I see it. And then I ended up, a couple of weeks later, they told me, it's okay, we understand why you took that position, and we want to offer you this one, you know, getting paid even more. And is actually a smaller team, which was better for me because I prefer to work in a smaller team. And it worked out for me. It worked out because I persist. I persist, and I wouldn't take no for an answer. That's one thing. When you are manifesting something, do not take no for an answer. Okay? I said I wouldn't. I wasn't going to. And at one point, I kind of got scared. I really did get scared because I was like, we're cutting it close. I was cutting it close to the day that I needed to be able to apply for a job within my job, okay? Or I was gonna have to go. And then one thing came up, and that for me, I felt it all happened the way it was supposed to, because that other job that I took that I knew I wasn't going to stay in, that actually kind of like killed some time for me for this other position to come up. So, because when I applied for that, the other position came up and I applied for that one too, knowing that their policies, you know, in the 3D, what they were saying was that I was going to have to stay doing what I applied for a year. And I said, no, I'm fucking not. I said, no, the hell I'm not. I said, I'm not staying doing this for a year. No, this is the right position for me. I know it is, and I am going to keep affirming for it. And I did. After I saw the position, I started changing the way I was saying. I was saying, oh, I am the care coordinator for special population group. That's the name of it. I was like, I am, and I'm working remotely, and I'm always going to be working remotely, and I'm not going to have to go over there. I didn't even have to go to the facility to pick up some of the equipment that I needed for this position, because I said I wasn't going to. I said I wasn't going to. I was like, I'm not going to. I said, and I would always say before interviews, everybody loves me. They can't get enough of me. They want to hire me on the spot. They just love being around me. Everything that comes, you know, they love everything that I'm saying to them. You know, everything is working out for me. They want to pay me more. They can't wait for me to come aboard, you know, and help them with what they need, because they need me. I don't need them. And I would say this over and over. And when I started to work with them, it was funny because they all were like, oh, we're so appreciated that you took this position, and this, everything that I was saying, they were saying to me after I got the position. So you can use this with anything, and that's why I love mirror work. People sometimes are like feeling funny about talking to themselves in the mirror. It works, okay? And at one point I was even using I remember when also I would say, you know, I remember when I was so scared that I was going to lose my job, and look at me now in my perfect position. And are the things that I'm tweaking with this position? Yes, I am. And when I tweak those things, I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you how I also manifested it, okay? What I wanted to change in it. You know, because you can also do that, because sometimes you may get what you want, and then there's something that you're like, oh, I don't like this part of this, but I love everything else about it. Start affirming again. That's what I'm doing, people. And I will be coming back to tell you my success story. So you can use this with everything, but always write down everything the way you really want it. And you don't have to write it down every freaking day. Read it. Read it every day, just to bring your vibration of you being there at the end of it. And that's how I would wake up every day, like I was in the end of this, like I was doing what I was doing. Even when I was doing what was in that position, I would act like I was working for that position every morning when I would get up and start doing my scheduling, because I wanted it to be scheduling. I wanted to be a scheduler. So I will get up and I'll be like, isn't it wonderful that I'm the care coordinator, you know, for behavioral health? I would say all this stuff over and over, all the way until I got that position, people. So tips and tricks, okay? Comment below. Let me know if you manifested something. Let me know if you want to try. If you're gonna try this, try it for 2 weeks. You know, 2 or 3 weeks, and don't give up. Don't give up, no matter what you see. What you see, because I saw myself that I could have lost the job. That could have been it. I didn't see that. I wouldn't accept that. And I would never accept anything. Don't ever accept anything that doesn't feel right to you. Okay, boo-boo, when you're manifesting. So this is my manifesting tips and tricks. Much love to everyone, and as always, I salute the divinity within all of you. Bye now.